The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sewagudde Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi, welcome to The Political Dice.
It's
controversial,
purely political,
well researched,
accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Yes, the house oba ghetto.
Ani ayuga ku ground.
Ani gwe babuze.
Okimanyi nga Dr. Kiza Besije alesa amaanyi.
Olwo fadda bafutsoli abateesemu obuvaazi.
Oba yo DP eri kuki?
Olwo jema.
Bano ba MKCG bo baddawa.
Abo bafuna CDF baamala tebabanja. Olwo baba ati bange bali kuki?
Abo bo akina kulabisa simanyanga posturing tebabiri mbali mu structure building. Naye ate ono ye.
Ani oyo oba?
Yali kuki?
Oyo tumuleketa gamba mpanyiga mawu.
Ebe ndabena birindira no ku The Political Dice ku The Alternative Digital nange teditenja ewamune
Farida Bikobere
buli wa Sunday
esawa 2.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science at the Science Media Cafes. They then relay what they discuss to the public.
Does that benefit us?
Oh yes, very much so. This helps with health and science literacy for a healthy Ugandan society.
Okay. I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look them up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Amacha malungi mmwe n'abatukereddeko ku mpewo zaffe za The Alternative Digital Farida Bikobere gemanya gange nja tepaka wali ku saawa 4 mu studios tubeeramu n'abagenyi ab'enjawulo era nga boogera ku nsonga ez'enjawulo eziba zigenda maaso mu ggwanga so ngenda kukubiriza nnyo osobola otunoonyaako ku Facebook saatu ennaku z'omwezi 30 tuba tumalako omwaka ogw'omusanvu wanebeera Women Crash Wednesday era mu studios ngenda kuba ntuddemu n'omumbejja Luwedde Luwedde Lilian ate no solo kubanga ate otwegattako sobola okubanga youthfulness yo ogiwa meaning sobola oleme just to live naye nga obeerawo ne purpose mu kubeerawo okwo so no munnange ngenda kukubiriza nnyo nti showe n'atandikira nga amaliriza okuwa amawulire agabaddewo ojja kubanga ate oginyumirwa bulungi nnyo nga sinnalandalanda nnyo ngenda kubanga ate ntandika amawulire gange olunaku lw'eggula abasuubuzi basuubiza nga yaliwa kuba meeting olunaku lwaleero wali ekololo naye munnange omukyala Minister Aisha Kabanda yavuddeyo n'abategeeza nti omukulembeze tagenda kusobola kuba meetinga olw'ensonga nti kololo eri under renovation so tasobola kuba meetinga kino tekyasanyusizza basuubuzi olw'ensonga bbiri obubaka minisita bwe yabawadde n'omukutu gwe yakozesezza okubaweeramu obubaka buno bano bagamba nti nno tekyandibadde kituufu okubaweera obubaka buno ku WhatsApp era baga nti minisita yali bayise bulungi nnyo n'ayogera nabo ng'abantu naye yabaweereza obubaka buno obw'omukulembeze obutabeera mu position eba meetinga ng'ate abuyisa ku mukutu gwa WhatsApp kino nno bano bagamba nti kyabatyobodde era ng'abakulu bano abakulembera ebibiina ebibiri abasuubuzi mwe beegattira okuli ekyakasiita n'ekyafuta basuubiza nti olunaku lwaleero baakuddamu okulaga obutali bumativu nga baagala bagukagaabwe paka nga omukulu president awuliriza ate ensonga zaabwe zebasimbako nnyo essira kwe kuli ensonga ya Ifris ate ne bamusiga nsimbi abakolera ddala emirimu egiringa oba egifaananyiriza ng'ate egyabaawa bakola ate musiga nsimbi agenda n'akola investment ye ate najja ne mu kikuubo n'atandika okubanga ate atunda ne retail banono nga bagamba nti ekintu kino kibamalirako ddala akatale naye nga omukulembeze w'eggwanga yo yagambye kololo eri under renovation so n'asuubiza okuddamu okubalaba omwezi ogw'omunaana gwe tugenda otandika olunaku lw'enkya ogw'omunaana nga guggwako bano kye batakkaanya nakyo era nga bagamba nti bagenda kuddamu okwediima oba okulaga obutali bumativu nga baggalawo amaduuka gaabwe paka ng'ate omukulembeze w'eggwanga alabye ekinusi oba nti ensonga zaabwe ze baagala ayogereko munnaaye zaamu nkizo nnyo yadde ng'omukyala Aisha Kabanda naye yabaanukudde nagamba nti abakulembeze b'abasuubuzi nabo oba bayina ensonga ze boogerako ne president ate ne batazituusa eri bannaabwe naye bagamba nti omukulu president w'eggwanga yabasuubiza okubateerawo ensako ng'ensako eno egenda kubayambako okubanga nti bajjamu obulooni nanti bano bacomplaininga nti banka ebasaba interest nnyingi nti era omukulembeze yabasuubiza nti ajja kubateeramu essente nga basobola okugenda ne beewola ne basobola okubanga ate bayimiriza oba batumbula businesses zaabwe naga nti naye ate bano ebakomawo eri bannaabwe ebintu ebimu bye babyogeddeko n'omukulembeze tebabibagamba ate ne bakumamu omuliro era ng'ono yatutegeezezza nti era ne banaggalawo amaduuka gaabwe bo nabo beetegefu era yatutegeezezzaako nti bajja kufuna abo ba suppliers basaplayinge ate amaduuka agali ebbali w'ekikuubo era business continuing nga as usual era ngo yagambye nti kuluno tebagenda kubatiisatiisa na kuggalawo maduuka kubanga ate bali ready okubanga ate batambuza era n'agamba nti n'abamu bajja kubakkiriza okukolera ku makubo webanga ate bo basazeewo okuggala amaduuka gaabwe oyo nno yabadde Minister Aisha Kabanda nga yogerawo eri abasuubuzi naye temujja tutiisatiisa this time round tuli ready mba mwagala kubanga muggalawo maduuka it is okay muggaleewo naye ate naffe tuyina plan B so nno n'abavubuka aba walk to parliament nabo munaaye basuubiza okuddamu okweyiwa ku makubo olunaku lwaleero era nga bano bademandinga kimu Speaker Anita Among should resign n'ensonga endala ze bateese ze baagala ate okubanga bawulirwa so nno katusuubire nti oba banasobola wetuna show yaffe bwenaggwera tujja kulaba nga ate tu following a story yabwe basobodde okujja ku makubo oba security ate yo ebaganye so nno ku nsonga y'aba walk to parliament abavubuka abakwatibwa wiiki ewedde nga bali mu kwekalakasa oba nga balaga obutali bumativu abataano bakomezeddwawo mu kooti y'e Nakawa kuno nga kwabadde omukyalo oba omuwala Faiza Salma Edgar Amos na Omara n'abalala basatu bano nno nga bakomezeddwawo mu kkooti era ne basabirwa bail basobole okubanga ate bateebwa. Munnange nno ab'oludda oluwaabi ne bagamba nedda ffe tusaba okukyusaamuko omusango era bano kukakkana nga bagjeeko omusango gwa idle and disorderly ne basigaza okweyisa ng'ekitagasa mu public. Bano nno era okusaba kwa bail kwawuliddwa omu ku bo n'amibwa bail olw'ensonga nti ate omukulu Alijab Musinguzi ye abazze okumweyimirira babadde tebamanyi information ekwata ku oyo gwe bazze okweyimirira era omulamuzi n'asalawo bamuzzeeyo mu kkomera naye nga bo abalala abana baweereddwa bail eya cash bail ey'emitwalo 2 n'emitwalo 5 eri abo ababeeyimiridde ezitali za buliwo. So nno mu kkooti wabaddeyo abantu bangi nnyo okuli omukulu Lewis Lubongoya onono ng'ate SG wa kibiina kya National Unity Platform, okuli omukulu John Katu ali ku bail akyabakana n'omusango gw'okuba nti ayogera akozesa internet oba emikutu gye okuba ng'ayonoona erinnya lya speaker wa parliament. So nno ebyo bye babadde sides eyo enakawa ngenda kubanga ate entambula mbiro nzire wali Rubigi. Munnange mu Rubigi abantu abagobwa okulaba nti ate tebesenza mu ntobazi. Munnange ate olunaku lw'eggulo poliisi yagenza okutuukawo nga abamu baleeta butenti nga bazeemu okwesenza ddala ng'era ne bizinesi zizeemu okubanga ate zitandikawo okutambulira ddala bulungi nnyo. Omukulu Patrick Onyang onono nga mwogezi wa poliisi mu bendobendo ly'e Kampala ono yategezezaako nti abantu bano baalabulwa okuva mu ntobazi zino era ne mukulu omukulembeze w'eggwanga yali ayogerako eri eggwanga yatutegeeza by'omukulu president w'eggwanga era n'atulaga nti entobazi za Uganda zonna ziri demarcated era omuntu asobola kuvaayo n'akulimba mbw ate teyamanya nti olwo lutobazi era n'akubiriza bannayuganda okulaba nga ate bakola search nga tebanagula ttaka okumanya ettaka ly'eredo bamuleeta kyoba ki ffe wano tetugenda kuvaawo kubanga tetuyina we tulaga. Ate kukkakana nga poliisi ebakuttemu abantu 16 era nga bano bali mu kukuumirwa ku poliisi nga bagamba nti paka we banaatu yenna gwe bagenda kuliyirira ssente olw'okuba nti entobazi baba bazimanyi ziri demarcated so temusobola gamba nti temwategeera nti olwo lwali lutobazi ziddwa okulaba nga mweyuna wali ku Lutikko Namirembe nsobola okubanga ate mwetaba mu kusaba n'okwebaza nga mwebaza omutonzi okubanga ate akyakuumye kabaka. Ekyenno kyandibadde nti abaganda ffenna n'alamula endowooza buli omu yalibadde nga ate agenda n'asanyuka n'asaba n'okusaba. So nno akabondo ka Buganda Caucus mu Parliament nga kakulembeddwamu omukulu Muwanga Kiva nti ebyo byonna ebibaddewo ebitwawulayawula abalina obusungu ne agamba ate olunaku lwaleero terwetaaga bintu bwe bityo luno olunaku lw'amasanyu lunaku lwa kusanyukira wamu. So bagamba mmwe abalina enjawukana gando nonno yamwebaziza okuba omuntu alambika bulungi banne bakola nabo ate n'ebintu ebirala. So nno ebyo byabadde sides eyo mu Parliament tungera baleeta enkyukakyuka mu byokulonda nga tutunuulidde 2026 bano bategeezezza nti okulonda kwa kubeerawo ennaku z'omwezi nga wakati w'omwezi nga ennaku z'omwezi 12 omwezi gwa January ate n'ennaku z'omwezi wakati wa January n'omwezi gw'omwenda. So nno mu mwaka gwa 2026 era nga nagamba nti abaagala okubanga beesimbawo okubanga bamupikinga nomination forms ebyo byonna kwewandiisa kwa kubeerawo omwaka ogujjo gwa 2025 wakati w'omwezi gwa September ennaku z'omwezi nga 17 ate paka omwezi gwa October munaye mujja kusobola kubanga ate mulaga kubanga ate mwagala okwesimbawo mupikinga nomination forms n'ebyo ebigenderako byonna. Bano nno omukulu Simon byabakama yategeezezzaako nti waliyo ebifo bebagenda okuby'okulonda ebirondebwamu olw'ensonga nti ekyo kijja kubanga ate kireetera expenditures zaabwe okweyongera waggulu. Leero n'agamba nti polling stations ezimu za kugaziwamuko obugaziyi naye nga tebalina nnyo nnyo kifo kipya kye bagenda kubanga ate bateekawo mu nga tutunuulira okulonda kwa 2026 era nga bano bagamba nti basuubira okubanga ate abantu beeyongeddemuko n'olw'ensonga eyo y'ensonga lwaki bagenda kubanga ate bagazyamuko polling stations n'endala okuzijja obujja ng'okutandikira okuzijja obujja bannaaki so okutandikira ddala omwezi gwe tuyingira ogwa August nga gugwako nga batandika okulaba nga ate banoonya polling stations zino nga bazitereza nga tweteekerateekera okulonda okujja mu 2026 ngenda kubanga ate mpumulamuko katono nnyo bwe tukomawo ngenda kuba negatiddwako omumbejja Lilian Luwedde ate n'omugenyi waffe w'olunaku lwaleero omukulu Maseruka Sadat okuva mu kibiina kya ANT onono nga youth leader waneeno mu Buganda region ngenda kubanga mpumulamuko katono nnyo tukomawo.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
But at the church,
Tawali man, what's up?
man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, do you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly, because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk. At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sewagudde Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m., Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Hi, Rogers. Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes, it can. although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Tukulikeyo mukuwumulamuko negatiddwako omumbejja Luwedde Lilian omugenyi waffe nga bwatutuukako any minute from now tugenda kubanga ate tugira twogerako ku nsonga eziri kugenda mu maaso mu ggwanga nga bwe tulinda ate omukulu Mr. Maseruka Sadat okubanga ate atweyungako mbategeezezza nti olunaku lwakusatu era nga ku luno olunaku abantu ba mirundi ebiri abasuubizza okulaba obutali bumativu abasooka be basuubuzi bagamba omukulu president alabika kategere wala okubanga ate abamiitinga nga boogera ku nsonga ezibaluma okuli ensonga ya IFS ate n'ensonga y'abasigansimbi ate okwefuula nabo abasuubuzi ensonga gurupu endala ye gurupu y'abavubuka abayita ba Gen Zs nyaniriza omumbejja sobola okubanga abalamusaako sobola okubanga ate tukubaganya endowooza yalowooza ki ku bigenda mu maaso mu Uganda waneeno era singa tutambulanga bwe
tutuukanga ebimu bikyuse nga betwali tulinamu obwesige babubajjeemu
kisobokera ddala
nalabyeko omubaka omu ng'agamba mbu ababaka ba paalamenti betulinawo abamu beetaaga kubeera bakansala tebeetaaga kubeera babaka
yawadde ekizampo
teyamenyeemenye bantu ssekinnoomu naye yagambye nti abamu beetaaga kubeera bakansala mubaka Ibrahim Ssemujjunganda bwatyo bwe yagambye nti ababaka abamu beetaaga kubeera bakansala kusinziira ku mutindo gwe balina okuba nti gwa kiboggwe
ensonga kyeyamuleetedde okuba ng'ayisaamu banne amaaso atyo
owange sikitegeera nakukitegeera naye bigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga biyitirivu nnyo abalabi baffe abalungi mbabuuzaako mbaniriza ku Mighty Drive nze omumbejja Luwedde Lilian olunaku olwaleero lwakusatu era lubeera lw'abakyala kutuula mu nkato okuba nga tuba tusaako puroguramu eno okutuuka ssaawa 4 ez'amakya g'olunaku olwaleero naye nga okulaba nti mubaako enkyukakyuka gye muleeta oba tubaako enkyukakyuka gye tuleeta ffe nga bannayuganda nnyinza okuba nze siri ku street naye wano ku show wensinzidde last week Yagati abamu bakiyita buli bwanguzi naye baali badde bagamba misappropriation of funds oba misuse of power. Tabamu bifo byabwe bye balimu bye bakozesa okulaba nti balina ssente ze bafuna naye ssente zino tebazifuna mu tezijja nti bazibba bubbi oba bazitoola butuuzi wabula zirina engeri gye zitambulira mu mateeka okulaba nti munnanga abantu bano basobola okukola ki okuzifuna mwe mbaawo nti ssente zino zaali mu bajeti gye mutaasoma ssente ne ziba nga zayisibwa mu ngeri emu oba endala
so kati n'agamba nti tugambe nti akozesa ofiisi ye bubi mismanagement of office
ndowooza
naye wali abali mu
ne funds ezimu bazi-appropriating awantu wezitalina kubanga zigenda
kati olwagamba nti bano balina cause nkyamu
bano aba corruption ekigambo corruption bakikozesa bubi baali badde baga nti ssente zino ssente bafuna nnyingi oba n'obuyinza bakozesa bungi nnyo okulaba nti bafuna ssente ezo mu ngeri emu oba endala.
Bw'otunuulira ensonga ye yandibaamu eggumba naye ate tekitegeeza nti tewali corruption mu Uganda.
Of course waliwo naye waliwo ekiteeso kye nalabye baagala okuleeta nti buli yeenyigidde mu buli bw'enguzi byabadde akoze biboyebwe.
Kituufu.
Ekyo
nange nkiwagira from here.
Nti byabadde akoze by'obugagga byabadde afunye babitwale.
Iye babimuggyeko kubanga ziba tezibadde ssente ze.
Waliwo ebimu nga yabikola tannakola
opportunity
ekola ki?
Ebyamaaso nga through corruption.
Now Nkulu Maseruka, tetutafuna opportunity.
You are live, I believe.
Yes, we are live.
Yes.
Opportunity change otegeeza.
You will change your mind to advocate for confiscation of people's property if you also had the same opportunity they had.
So hola mseko batulaba.
Yes, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Sadat Maseruka is my name. Happy to be here. Sasa okudamu ko balaba ko lwalero.
Alhamdulillah.
Webali kuwaayo budde kulaba nti baake tofaali lyoteka ku ggwanga naye njagala tutandikirawo wennyini wogaye tetunaba kufuna mugezi.
Gamba nti tuyisize etteeka nti buli eyeenyigira buli bw'enguzi bwakuttibwa katugambe not qualifying until to which extent ija kumalira that is not legal because all of us are culprits. So enaga tunafuna opportunity nti wogamba nti buli amasinze wealth through corruption or from anybody that has been able that if you are in my shoes you yourself would have done what I've done because you have not yet gotten the opportunity. You can't speak as the way you are speaking.
So mulede tugenkubire ne bali nkuba mbukyama lwakuba sinna kutuuka mu because
kibadde evident
bwe ndituuka yeeteeka linkwate isooka erikukwate gwe ali mu kubba
nanti ekyo kyakugamba nti nze nja kuvaawo gojje naye bwanga nga tetufunye enkola because system tenakola ki tenaterera nti I am comfortable with the small that I have. So whoever will take that position will do what the predecessor did because it is the system that enables them. It's not the law. It is the culture that encourages them to do that. It's
That's
not
how
the
things
law.
have been.
Yes, there is a law that if you are corrupt, if you benefit from corruption, there are mechanisms of disciplining you. But because of the culture that we are having,
ez'omuyiwa omusolo saawe tugambira nti ebbaga eryo baba lireeta mu parliament lijja kukola
ebbago ly'oleeta etteekawo eriri mu Anti-Corruption Act bakusiba
n'ogibwako ebyobugagga
byofunye illegally ne babitunda under the NSSF. They were prosecuted ne gubasinga ebintu ne biboyebwa era nabo ne basibwa they served a term.
No.
So the issue is culture, the issue is institution. Nti amateeka weegali nti oli agamba ze naye kaninda olwange oli agamba the old man out
nange kanzibe.
You will end up as it is. For example, there are very many people that have joined this government that have been castigating its vices. Why are they ending up eating their own? Nti batuuka eri munda ate ne batandika okukola biri bye badde bavumirira kitegeeza nti batuuka eri bafuuka ba old man out nga to survive the other side must behave the way they are behaving. So
kuyisawo akasente gwe neweefuula ali kirini aida bakulwana n'ofuluma oba ozirya lwampaka
kati ekinzizayo waliwo entandikidde that if you do not have the opportunity yet you cannot we can say whatever idealistic approaches towards corruption as we want, but the question is when you look at the current parliament,
Yes.
The heads of that parliament were members of the opposition sometime, and the allegations against them of corruption, they were castigating them, and I believe they see them. And the question is, why are they now at the forefront of the corruption scandals if they are there? What changed in the due course? Did their beliefs change? But when you understand that the situation people operate in You can only know when you're also there.
So what is the best way okubanga tulwanyisa obuli bw'enguzi buno okuggwaawo? Kale bukendeere ne butaggwaawo bukendeereko.
The first thing is having a societal change.
Tutya.
Obanga gwe okyasuubira nti in your small capacity, not in a government office, oba olina service gy'oyagala, olina okuteekamu inducement, wabeewo ajanguya a speeding up process. Oyagala passport, ogyagala mangu mangu. Bakugamba passport ya mitwalo 3, oyongereko 5 so that yo gifuna mangu. Corruption has started. So again, they're building from our small communities to the largest scale. Nti society yonna ibeera eri corrupt. That means buli muntu I know making sure that afuna sente nyingi, afuneko zaana ezinamuyisizaawo byayagala oba ezinamuleetera services okumpi within a short period of time. That means they will have to steal the money. Ayagala ogenda mu ddwaliro ery'ebbeeyi, alina okufuna sente by all means. So otubanga tulina amalwaliro nga otuukayo tebagenda kufaako, that means I will look for money somewhere else in Nairobi. In that I will end up stealing. So it is the societal breakdown, the lack of service delivery at all levels that encourages corruption. You're talking of corruption, maybe you are talking of corruption at parliament, but do you know what is in the local governments? Nenangi ajimuwadde nange ndi culpable. Kati yes, obanga oyagala okufuna omulimu mu public service ng'olina akasente koolina okuteeka, you have started being corrupt. Obanga oyagala akalulu nga politician ng'ogenda kutandika abalonzi okubawo ekyo bawadde, you have started to be corrupt. And they should also not blame you because they are corrupt, they are asking for an inducement. So kati corruption togenda kungamba nti omuntu azze n'akuwa sabbuuni n'akuwa ssente ze n'akuwa omunnyo n'akuwa boda boda.
So bwampa sabbuuni mugane?
Ati kati abikuwadde akuguze yeye nguzi. That means naye alina okunoonya means of returning sente ze. That means waba member of parliament ajja tuukayo asooka abbe ajja kuweeko, because that's what it becomes a transaction. Let's call over that we should change the political culture. The commercialization of politics is taking us to the direction that where we will be having no control of our politics and the affairs of our country. In this try to talk, because in actual sense, if they come and tell you that I will do ABCD, vote me per my manifesto, you will not vote them. And they will also resort to means of how do we convince these people. So akaluje kako mukubeere tugenda ku levels endala nti omuntu aguze omulimu tagenda kubeera committed nga gufunye merit. So ojja musanga ku counter. Now you expect for them to act normally when you are at the grassroots you are not normal. Secondly, to be manyi olina afuna office enene n'abanga talina kaayina. Do you know how they are castigated by the society? They will be called fools, imbeciles. How were you able to be in such a position? You don't even have a nice house.
Because
they expect no, in actual sense, they expect you to be a thief.
No.
Because if
what were you doing with the money?
Thank you so much. Of a million, but that is maybe some because they will say an MP, because at 30 million you can build a house, but the statue of an MP ekyakubanga tekolachi
temujamu kitiibwa kye
kakati wanazimbe ye milioni 3 yogamba nti ono tamanyi tetumanyi kye yakola. He wasted the opportunity because you believe that if given an opportunity to occupy an office, you must amass wealth by illicit means. It is a societal problem. All of us are culpable of corruption. At any one moment, all of us in this room and those viewing us have ever at any one time tried. That is already corruption.
Or someone induced us.
And the laws on corruption are very clear. Who gives and who receives?
They are all corrupt.
They are all corrupt. They are all live.
Bw'ogenda mu ddwaliro lya gavumenti omusawo n'akugamba okukwatako weetaaga at least ongulireyo ekyemisana naye nga te service eyo ogyetaaga. Omusawo ono yes asasulwa but then akutaddeko ekyokuba nti olina okumuliisa ekyemisana so that you get service.
That's what I was saying. Otandise now okumuwa favor okumuwa inducement so that you get a favor. Ask yourself, that means that person, because you know what are the work ethics?
But they are not following the work ethics.
Work ethics anti katezikyagobererwa wakati twogerera mu Uganda. Era omusawo bwozi mujjukiza bulungi nnyo gwakulekawo ng'ofa n'agenda n'akola
deterioration and lack of work ethics a corruption issue. It is a societal issue. It is a cultural issue. We have degenerated into a society whereby it is a man society.
Okay. Naye nze ndowooza nti corruption oba ali mu system. Singa balongoosa something to do with the system, abantu bajja kugoberera. The society will just follow.
Because you see the description of it. What is the description of a system that we're talking about? because if you talk about democracy, it's the government of the people. We are the people. When you talk about government, it is the public service. It is it is us, the people, that also make that system. So if the people that come from us, the society, make that system, and they are the replica of us, the MPs you vote are a replica of the society that we are coming from. So if an MP is able to convince you by paying you off, that means he has bought the job. You're not going to ask him for services. That means if you need any service from him, you must also pay back. If a doctor or a nurse acquires a job in a hospital, after having paid money in the public service to be enrolled, you'll have to pay for them to recoup what they had put in, because now it is not because they are working because they want to offer service. They are working
because they want money.
They want money. So ask yourself, if I give this lady lunch, we are thousands of people that are often need services in this hospital.
Yes.
How many people are going to feed her that day if it is about lunch? It's corruption. No, let me be sincere. You have said that I will give that person lunch. Can we turn that lunch into a commodity, not money? How many people are going to bring
tulete toke buli omu aleetenga toke enkota y'ettooke?
You see, you'll find that she does not need your food, she needs money. She needs money.
No, lwakuba kiri commodity ebeera erabibwa nnyo, like erabibwa.
Mukulu Sadat, have you ever been to a government hospital?
I have ever been to a government hospital. Yes.
And what was the experience there?
The experience was one, people report for a few hours. Two, the junior officers work harder than the senior officers.
That's true.
And also, all equipments and all the necessary tools to work on somebody are available. But what is not available is the will and the human resource.
But I've been to a hospital, I've been to Chirudu. Ne amakerenda aga metro.
That is
ne bakunnyonnyola gaga n'agasigadde ojja gafuna ebweru wano tegaliiwo. Naye ng'ate services zonna obadde olina kuzifuna eyo lumu.
Because when I've allocated any hospital only equipments without medicine, medicine is there. But in order for also them to survive, they will have to sell that same medicine outside, because they believe that that's the only way they can also amass wealth in this corrupt society.
Tukubiriziddwa nnyo okwagala ensi.
And we are accepting such actions. For instance, if
no, we are not accepting, but we do not
because if they write for you that please you buy the following here, because of the need, you will go and buy them from that very that particular outlet outside the hospital. Now, what's the purpose of going to government hospital?
Baba kuyambyeko okulagirira eddagala ettuufu ery'okumira.
So we are condoning it. You accept that wano nja kujja nfunewo free service ekoma wano. Yet in actual sense you must demand for more.
No, we are not condoning it, but
so that was the saying that no, he should get medicine
from outside.
Now he had no known relative, so Not until they intervene. Second, no medication. Until they realize everybody is going to die from here. Where did the medicine come from?
But we've been told to love our country. Yes, we need to love the country.
Yes, to be patriotic, my country must do for me something. Nagama ati nzokubera patriotic nakiraga nga nkolere eggwanga ne kakati oli yega agamba ati nzokubera patriotic eggwanga lino okunkwanga.
Eggwanga lirina omuko.
Ye patriotism ye. So our definition of patriotism differs and depends on where we are. Ugandans are patriotic. Watching Ama, they are patriotic. They contribute to almost all noble causes that are geared towards moving this country forward. The only disappointments they are having is from the leaders. The leaders that they trust so much, in most cases, sometimes end up, one, not telling them the truth or acting contrary to what they are. We have a generation that listening or not taking things for granted is growing amongst the young population. If you tell them, if they have questions, you can no longer just dismiss them. You'll have to address them. We found people that could, situations could happen, and no answers were provided. Silence. So we got two things will go, and they will have forgotten and jumped into something else. Now this is a generation that will always seek for answers. And they will not be contented, not until at least somebody provides an answer. My take on the march to Parliament, there's a right to demonstrate, and that right should be exercised. But apart from, or instead of being high-handed in stopping these marches, in arresting the demonstrators, is to address the issue. Corruption in Parliament. How best can the corruption in Parliament be curbed? Who are the culprits and who are those culpable if there is corruption in Parliament? Because no amount of arrests, or no amount of silence, or ganging of anybody from talking about corruption in Parliament will ever stop this call homage to Parliament. The Parliament will be inconvenienced, businesses will be inconvenienced, and more people and more young people will be coming asking one question: address the corruption at Parliament. My take on that is that the way the matter is being handled, ever since this issue originated on Twitter, the corruption scandals, the lack of response, the laissez-faire ways of handling this matter is not the usual way. Because now the people that are asking questions are different from the people that they know. The people that they knew were asking questions and putting things there. Now we're having people that ask questions and follow up. We asked whether so and so received this amount of money. In the olden times, somebody would come here, talk about it, expose it, becomes a public national issue, and it is it. Now they will ask you a question, they will make it public, and they will follow up on the answer. So those marching to Parliament are following up. We address corruption here. You have not addressed it. Parliament is moving, conducting business as usual. We are to occupy Parliament.
But are their demands achievable if you want to speak of Parliament to resign?
We are looking at now the substance, not the form. When you are the demand is for the resignation of the Speaker is not within the means of the demonstrators. Do we agree? It is within the means of the demonstrators to put the Speaker on pressure
to resign.
So what they are doing, they are putting the Speaker on pressure to resign. Why are they putting the Speaker on pressure to resign? Because they believe she's corrupt. How does she relieve herself from the pressure? Being accountable, coming clean that I'm not corrupt. These are the affairs of expenditures of expenses and how money is gotten and spent in Parliament. So their demand is achievable.
But I don't think the Speaker of Parliament is on pressure because twamulabyeko last weekend ngagamba ante.
That is subjective.
Those who want me to resign, those mukyalina obudde okukola ekyo because she still has one term.
That is subjective. That is subjective. I will ask if you are not on pressure, if you are not in any way scared, why do you have over 60 young people in prison on bail? Why do you close roads to hold parliament if you are not on pressure? If you are not on those that want to march to parliament, say that
those that want to march to parliament,
yes,
for them to come.
Yes, if you are not on pressure, because the issue is that is what we call a fallacy versus the reality. The reality, you are not on pressure. It's okay, but the issue is you are on pressure, and it is that pressure that is what they want answers from you. They may not necessarily want you to resign. They want yourself or to clear yourself that whereas you are accusing me of being corrupt, I am not corrupt. And also the element of addressing this issue in the way they are addressing it, it will cause more agitation. The good thing the demonstrators are exhibiting is that they are not gullible. They are not moving by sweeping statements. Yes, if somebody that you clearly know is under immense pressure.
2031.
Okay, 2031, yes. Yes, 2031. You may feel that this person does not understand your pain. But according to, are you getting me? The conduct is the corruption in the office of the Speaker and the occupant of that office. If you tell them 2031, they are sure you may not be the Speaker by the pressure they will be putting on you. Tomorrow, she says that I'm no longer your Speaker. It will not have addressed the issue of corruption in Parliament. That's why they are not bothered whether she's claiming, because they clearly know that if it is consistent that Parliament cannot sit, that Parliament, so it is just an act of trying to play things cool, but the current Speaker is under immense pressure.
Tugenda kubanga tumulamuko katono nyo weteko. Tugenda kubanga tutunuulira olowooza Speaker ali ku pressure oba nedda olaba ne gwe baasuulira obubizi mu Parliament ya resigninga yagenda mu maaso ne taamu ye. Tumulamuko katono nyo teko.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science.
Oh, really?
Yes, they meet up every month with scientists and researchers, policymakers, and activists at the science media cafes. They then relay what they discuss.
Okay, I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look them up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
Hi, welcome to the Political Dice.
Empishi y'ebyobufuzi.
It's controversial,
Purely political,
well researched,
accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Bya state house oba ghetto.
Ani ayugayuga ku ground.
Ani bwe baabuze.
Okimanyi nga Dr. Kiza Besigye aleese amaanyi.
Olwo fadda bafutoli abateeseemu obuvaazi.
Oba yo DP eri kuki?
Olwo jeema.
Bano ba MKCG bo baddawa.
Abo bafuna CDF baamala tebabanja. Olwo baba ate bange bali kuki?
Abo bo akina kulabisa simayanga posturing tebabiri bali mu structure building. Naye ate ono ye.
Ani oyo oba?
Ye ali kuki?
oyo tumuleketa gamwanyiga mangu
ebyo birindira nokuda political dice ku the alternative digital nange teditenja ewamu ne
Farida Bikobere
buli wa Sunday
esawa 2.
Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sewagude Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m., Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Beche every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Digital. Real issues, real talk.
buyingiddewo mu butuufu bwagwo. Why anti silent on the ongoing corruption demonstrations? Awo mukulu Maseruka Sadat okwatira bali musirise nnyo si bavubuka si abakulembera ku top. What is ant up to? Muli ku kyeki bakipinze bize nti ebigenda maaso temubiraba mu ggwanga wano temubiraba yadde.
Uganda tulaba bigenda maaso mu ggwanga. It is an extreme statement. Because we live in the same country and we're experiencing the same challenges.
So you simply decided to
we
keep quiet.
We see and act, but only that our actions may differ. Nga bwe bagamba nti waliwo anyiga ennyo nakubirawo, waliwo anyiga n'asirika, wabirawo anyiga planning ng'ekijja kitaddamu ku happeninga. Kukolaki komunyiza kati tuli mu category nti we are finding solutions so that certain things do not happen again in this country. We said twakiddamu nga tulojinga party in May, which was in 2019, that niko kukyusa mindset z'abantu. Corruption ffe tumugamba nti tatandikira waggulu naye naffe eno wansi naffe tucontributinga ku corruption ali waggulu. Kati ongoing corruption for the ongoing corruption demonstrations bali very clear. Era tebaina any form of ambiguity about their pain. They state clearly that we follow no political party. It will be foolhardy for ANT to come and say it claims that these people belong to the ANT. Our only move that we make and what we are doing is to provide support and guidance. For instance, they hold a Twitter space. They invited the Twitter space subsequent to the first demonstration. They invited the ANT flag bearer. He addressed them. So we are rendering support, but not owning their cause.
So you're doing this the corporate way, not on ground.
It is not the corporate way. It is the way. It is the way of not taking over a cause that has been started by other people, but to fit in what is already ongoing. The struggle against corruption in this country concerns all of us, and we support all efforts that are geared to fight corruption in all institutions of government. But again, we're not going to own people's form of demonstration because we want to be relevant. We agree and we associate with them. But again, we say that our mode of operation or our mode of working would have been different. But what they are doing, making us strategically clear, these demonstrations are not partisan. We do not want
partyless, fearless, and
because corruption also knows no party. So the ANT is not silent on the ongoing corruption demonstrations. The ANT is readily support to the already existing situation against corruption. And our approach started actually way before. But because the media choose to cherry pick on what brings entertainment and views for their stations, I cannot blame them.
Okay.
But we have been in the grassroots sensitizing people against corruption. We have been all along talking about the corruption tendencies that actually are in the population, are in government, and in our leaders.
And how long is this going on? How long is root thing? Because even here right now, tubuliranga mwera abataliwo, however much ogamba muri ku ground, mugezako okusomesa abantu. But then it feels like ground je muliko bo lyawo ndalamu.
Ground je tuliko yemu je muliko, but the only difference is ebintu byetukola tebiri the usual antics that used to of politics.
Byawukanamu si bya numbers
kunganya abantu babimanyi byetukola nebyawukanamu ku bintu ebibadde bitambuza politics wa Uganda okumala ebbanga ddene era ekyo tukimanyi nti oba oyagala okutrendinga as the circumstances are currently onakola ABCD ito olukungana mu katale bakuganya odukubawo olukubewo bakutte bikoze eki ensonga yo giyisizaawo naye to believing that bwe tubanga tukunganyiza abantu ne to moving as a single formation with a similar message understanding each other and the cause that we are pushing, it is far better than the kind of populist approach. But then we can do it. You cannot claim that abantu abali mu their former political party they are doing all kinds of the current politics cannot the overnight cannot go back, but they realize that it cannot work. But we support the ongoing corruption demonstrations, and we encourage our members to be part of these demonstrations.
Okay.
These demonstrations are by all Ugandan youth that believe that there is something that must change. We render our support.
Ku ground kwe mubadde, I believe mufunyeyo oba muzuddeyo ebintu ebyenjawulo bannayuganda bibogera about corruption. Osobola otuwaako ebyo ebitonotono era bo magezi kigebawa okulaba nti we eliminate these files.
Yes, ekisooka kye balaba kyekisinga okuluma is access to services that are supposed to be free. Services, for instance, tugenda ku the parish development model. Most of the youth are registering for these, but findings nti sente tezijjanga ebazisabyeyo kati nakyo ne kibabeerera ekizibu okuzizaayo we basaba nga ngambe organization oba sako ne bagiwa miliyoni 2 nga sako erimu abantu 3 bakolera ku paperwork aba processing yasinza abezijje mangu abajjako 10 oba 5 abadde bagenda ofuna 2 ne bafuna 15 15 balina okuzaayo aga 2 jukira bali abantu 3 kwaba 3 tebagenda kwogera na the entire 30 nti gundi coordinator wa parish development model ayagala emeka bajja kulunda mu key figures but negotiating nabo kati abali wansi wabano bamanyi tufunye milioni ameka 2 balida zamanyi tufunye 10 na meka
15
immediately otalo lubalukawo muki musako bwebanga sako basobodde okukiresolving ekyo webe distributing among themselves the 20 the 15 million, they are unable to do what they had promised to do
because
sente ziriwo in most cases, and it is in the majority of the people that and the youth that we have discussed with abasinga oli abayita nga mukama waabwe bakola sako n'abawandiisa ye n'abigobako n'akola ki sente olujja lwe bakumumuuliza
aziza zonna zonna
azitwala tasobola mumubuuza gasaakuyita kyali kikyo so kati nolaba nti even ekintu kye bateekawo okulaba nga baaplifting abavubuka it is mad with corruption ate neetava mu bali abawa sente zokka nimba nabazifunye chairperson yagenda ne sente ni chairperson tiyagenda na zonna yawaaka abamuwa sente so nekibanga it is an avenue of stealing from one another ekirala there is no spirit of treasuring national assets wetulaba sente za government oli aziraba nti zina kubeera wasted oli wabeera mu ddwaliro nga alina okukola procurement alina okumakinga sure nti agula ebitanda ebisinga okuba ebibi so that afisaako akole ki kuba amanyi nti bya gavumenti byagenda kukola ki tagama nti bino mikulira gavumenti nti abaana bange oba abantu bange bali benefitinga mu kintu kino takiraba mu value nti kya gavumenti oba kyaffe ffenna akiramu ye avenue yakubba so tetuyina spirit eyo ga nti bamugambye nti in local governments there is a lot of corruption oli alina okuzimba classroom block ne bayisa plan classroom block 8 nazimba classroom block 2 naye nga n'ebbiri ezo teziri ku standard naye nga ye takirabamu nti this is a national asset akiraba nti abawana favor so there is no that attachment to national assets the money we believe is supposed to be stolen nobody has to care about government things you care about them as who tetulina spirit yeyo so corruption nayongera okula so ebona tubi discoveries so era ne tumaliza nga tugamba that
okay bwe tutunuulira oba oliawo Alliance for National Transformation nga bwe tutambula okwetegekera 2026 what are those key things bye mutunuulidde okugamba nti okay
as its work plan and its members are even if they are on call they will tell you they are very well aware of our work plan and what we set out to do what have we achieved so far. We say that we shall hold town hall meetings in all districts of this country. We have so far moved around 55% of the districts in this country.
There are 146.
Yes. So we have moved at least 55%. Yes. Okay. We set out that we shall have structures at least before the delegates conference in all parishes in this country. Though we are at a lower pace, but at least we have presence in almost, let me say, 40% of the parishes that make up this country. But 40% of the parishes
that make up the country.
At least we have a person that is a member of the
parishes. So far, we know mutwalo gumu.
Yes, so 40%. So 40% of that is how much?
So you have
at least a person
that is a member of
on that parish that is a member of the ANT.
Okay.
So we also set out that we shall offer leadership to this country, and in offering leadership to this country is by contesting elections. We contested in the 2021 elections. We won in the local governments. We have LC3 chairpersons in Eastern, that is Buganda. We have the LC5 chairperson of in West Nile. We have the district of West. We control the entire district in the West Nile. We have councillors in 203 in Kampala. We have one in Machido Savagabo. We have, but all these, because the kind of political system we are having, they are not recognized by the media, because they believe that politics in this country can only be exemplified in Parliament. We have not yet reached there, but we are now there.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So kubalabalamu abantu bobaze mulina nga abantu bataano.
Gwabo baza abataano kale tulina district number. Tulina chairperson ne bakansala a full district in Western Nile. In the West Nile. We have LC3 council in Bugweri. N'olukiiko lwe. Tosobola kubeera watu bataano. And I'm cherry picking those ones that I can remember off head. You'll find that you'll go in Western, you have like 3 councillors. You go here, there is so because we are unable to have an entire constituency one like this. Yet we have presence almost dispersed somewhere.
Yeah.
But because your recognition or your sense of focus is what happens. MPs. You believe that because the constituency is smaller than SC5 chairperson.
Okay.
Yes.
So amanga ANT gali wa watufu because kati mwe politics wamo ogambye si wakulabisa si wakwetimba mawulire si wachi
politics.
Amanyi gamwe gali luddawa.
Amanyi gafe muki. Because
byobufuzi tetwagala
because amanyi
byobufuzi
teda ina amanyi byabufuzi.
Waberawo omuntu
because tujja gamba nti FDC we twagimanyire nnyo ku ground.
So being non-confrontational does not mean that we cannot be on the streets. But being non-confrontational means that we address issues, one, with decorum. 2, we approach things as... But
does your ideology really work in this politics of ours?
What do you mean politics of ours? So the politics of Uganda must be the best. So
the culture of politics in Uganda.
So it must be the best. So if you are saying it cannot work, we don't want to be the best. So we are
you are actually saying your ideology is the best.
Yes. So if you are saying that this cannot work, but do you want to be where you are? No. You should now achieve or strive to be the best. And in the best, you must have politics that is mature, politics that is non-confrontation, politics that is of understanding and listening to each other. So then it is advocating for that. You cannot say that it cannot work. It can work because we want the best for ourselves as the country. And by doing that, we must do the things that bring us to the table of being the best country, having the best politics. You cannot claim that it cannot work. There are a lot of things here that we thought that could not work, but in the reverse they work. But because they are bad vices, we embrace them. Somebody steals, you say, that one is a thief, you cannot support a thief. But over time, the thief forces themselves to you, you vote them back. Then you say, it now works. No, the issue is we are never. You gotta tell Uncle Society because they will tell you that for God and
yetegekedde ekya akalulu 2026 tuzayo omwaka gumu ebibina ebirala biraga nti birina we biri kati twagala okumanya okuvaako ANT.
Since the spokesperson wa ANT.
But you are a youth leader.
I am mpa opinion yange nga
youth leader.
Nga member wa ANT.
Oba ng'omukulembeze mu ANT.
Ng'omukulembeze mu ANT. Nti politics wali we must all come down from our high horses, especially the opposition political parties. Situation nga where there is no single political opposition party ina capability to overwhelm government working in isolation. So talks or discussions must happen on how we can collaborate in specific areas to see that we have a positive result in the 2021 general election. We are looking towards that. Yes, we shall bring what we have on table, and others they will bring what they have on table. And what they have on table should not depend on the current crop that people are marching against.
But it seems mwe ekintu kyamwe mwagala ki driving mwe nga ANT. Tulabeko ebibiina ebirala nga byegatta bivaayo kola emikago egy'enjawulo and we are not seeing ANT anywhere.
Mukago ki gwe tutabaddemu?
Bwe bwali ku mukago wano ku Hotel Africana ng'ebibiina byegasse okukolera awamu mu kiseera ekyakalulu Alliance for National Transformation teyaliyo.
Tewaliyo mukago mu kalulu ka 2021 elections.
No, during the by-elections ezaaliwo baali ku Hotel Africana ne beegatta. Bwe baali wano ku Ekatonga. Yes, bwe baali Ekatonga era still nga era bakola omukago ogwo. FDC, Katonga, NUP
and then other forces of change, yes. It was there.
Era nawo temwaliwo.
Was there and he was represented by Honorable Nikiza and Honorable Gerald Karuhanga.
Holy Alliance era nayo temwaliyo.
Holy Alliance, you see, the issue is not we coming together and to the one. You to take away Mbira to Egasi. Katungamba Holy Alliance, because the question is there must also be a tangible outcome that we are to achieve. You are claiming that people are making coalitions towards by-elections, but which political parties went and a coalition in a by-election? No guarantee. None. So the issue is it's not parading ourselves to come. That is what is mostly the problem that our work. We are clear that we are collaborating on this. That's what I'm saying. That in the upcoming elections, our position is we should now sit prior, organize ourselves so I can be of help to each other in different areas. No outcome of that press conference. You will name coalitions, you will name them holy, you will name them what, but you will not have any tangible result out of them. At the end of the day, the solution lies in we are isolating ourselves, because we ask ourselves, what tangible item are we going to achieve from this coalition? I'll agree. But to do what? That's why the issue is.
To bring about change in this country.
Yes. Then we go to the next phase. If it is to bring about change in this country, how are we to achieve that? It's not by... So we are not just going to... because it requires a sober discussion, even before coming to the cameras. How are we arriving at the basic table? That's why I was saying that if you come, claim that I have, let me say, 57 MPs, I will remind you that those are the 57 that people want to lynch in Parliament. You should come as a political party that is willing to sit on equal terms with others.
Okay. Let's talk about the commercialization of politics. What you get the cocoa earlier.
Yeah.
And it's something that has been a culture. Mobuli kalulu tuvane tugamba there is commercialization of politics, abavuka tebasobola kwesimba oba and all that. What do you think can be done okulaba nti ekizibu kino kimalibwawo? Because nalabako mbako omunga gandi mwonna tugate tuteka akalulu mu teteka sente mu kalulu kagitambuze.
Simanyi mubako oyo naye teyategera concept ya commercialization of politics. Commercialization of politics siko facilitating ngagwe nabantu okunonya kalulu. It is to buy voters, is to influence commercially the decision of voters. Not the kind of suit you are wearing, not the vehicle you are going to drive, not the public address system you are going to use, not the posters you are going to pin, not the campaign team. No. Buli agenda okwesimbawo. I know kuba at least ne bare minimum nti asobola okufacilitating a candidate. Ayina ebipande asobola okutambula constituency. N'atasukaawo. N'atandika okugenda nga nkoko n'enju nga abawayo omutwalo bamulonde. Abawe sabuni bamulonde. Abagulira ejjaza emipiira biki nga kanca aba influence ge bamulonde.
Kutegeka n'okutegeka emipiira tournaments. Isn't it a way of campaigning?
You see, it is a way of campaigning, but when bakulonda ncha notekawo omupiira gw'embuzi.
Of course, mwaka ogujja gonna tuyinza okulaba tournaments.
Bakulonda ncha nowagamba embuzi ino. You are definitely trying to interfere with the election. Omuntu currently, if you organize such, you are within your right. By time aged, nagula enkumbi, nagula seedlings, nagava. So giving such gifts to induce people to vote you, not on your manu. Olalaja kusaba mutwalo. Nejukira nti obala bitano abantu emitwalo 2 oba million nga 2 ninga, but because wasala kwesa bamaiti nawo ugenze kola ki kufuna. Therefore
naye abantu siffe tukisindise nnyo okuba nti buli olaba omubaka omulabamu nga source of income.
Ekituufu
nti nze nyino
Secondly, bw'otuula n'okola evaluation after 5 years, what tangible benefit has your MP done for you?
Nzo wewaffe kuziika bambi azisa abantu talina kirala.
Kakati Chairman of Funeral Service bwe yesimba gwe munalonda. So the issue is, that's not the role of the parliament. Naye anoonya n'ekyabakole nga takiraba. Natandika kuzungaawo amenga sure
takiraba oba
naye takimanyi.
Oba naye tamanyi kyalina kukola.
Byombi kuba oba ng'okimanyi ezo okiraba. Secondly, a member of parliament that was there 15 years ago is different from member of parliament. Zaafunanga ye bamuwayo akasente akokubaako development gyakola
mu kitundu kye.
Tekyaliwo. That means entaala depending ku salary ye. So that means yes salary ana omulimu gwe gwakujja kukola ki kuteesa buteesa. Yensonga lwaki nti anoonya ekyabakolye nga takiraba nasiriano badde agamba nti constituency development fund yange baddeyo bursaries oba bazimbiddeyo classroom block. Naye kakati alina zijja kuki ku musaala gwe. Kakati n'amaliriza nga alina kuba
koraseeko abasinga tulina
omujje bulungi ku the scene of accident wajja ogenda omutwala omudampinga
mu
ddwaliro waliyo ki
abasawo
watugambye ebikozesebwa
that are purchased, whether they reach the hospitals or not, that's a different matter. There is no goodwill in government hospitals to serve the people. If they were there, doctors will report on time. After Luwedde Lilian equipment season na, musawo tojja musangayo. Wewana abanga musawo gyali eddagala tojja disangayo. You are concentrating on transporting the sick.
Olowooza abavubuka mu kano akalulu akali commercial bwe kati olowooza do we stand a chance of taking up positions?
There is a chance of taking up positions and to always be there. Naye teri based on how rich you will be. Very few old people can come back to parliament, whether they have money or not. Do you agree?
No.
The zeal you tutadde mu march to parliament. The tuji transferring that let we occupy now parliament.
Uganda.
Nakyengeza kugamba that
culture ebaddewo nti tulonda wave eriwo.
Who creates the wave? And also wave politics is dangerous. It has brought us where we are now. But because of the wave, Gonogamba, anything that looks of this color will vote. Then after voting for anything of that color, you ask yourself, maybe to you voted with emotions.
Nanti eno wave jogamba ziru jogamba eri mu bana ba walk to parliament. Nanti bagenda gamba kwa n'abavubuka abatayina kye bagenda kola abatamanyi kye bayina kola.
And I disagree with that, because voting with emotions has thus brought us where we are. The zeal, the level of organization that determine issues with emotions. Waganti bwola omuvubuka si buli muvubuka nti ali mu march to parliament. Si buli muvubuka nti ali mu march to parliament. Si buli muvubuka nti sharing views ezo. So ogamba nti bwola
naye era si buli ali mu march to parliament they can be a leader.
That's what I'm saying. Tusoke to eliminating nti si buli muvubuka are supporting the march to parliament. Now, amongst those that believe that there must be a change in the way the affairs of this country are governed, there are also those that are not fit to be members of parliament. But how can you sieve that? Is by being organized. If you move by a form of a wave, you bring more of those that are against the agenda than those that are for the agenda. The issue is they have all along been accusing us, the youth. Organization that we are having currently for march to parliament, if it is transferred to an election, well organized. That is why we are here talking of this. That is why people are marching to parliament now. As a result of emotions, they cannot debate on issues of corruption. Because in actual sense, they would tell their MPs, please table a motion regarding corruption. Now they have chosen to move to parliament.
Ombakansere kuyagamba nti bwe mutuzingirizamu ffenna kiba kikyamu bwe mba mulina abantu bemwe mulugunyaako be mba musongamu nti ono noono be batakoze bulungi gwe Munnayuganda banja area MP wo kikyakoze bw'aba takoze nga bwe wamusuubira gw'oba si paalamenti yonna ng'ogizingiriza wamu.
Honorable Maseruka saagala nnyo ku disagreeing naye the issue is debate on something you have understood the cause. What is the issue about the corruption or much parliament? It is not a target of a particular MP. Abagenda ku parliament bamanyi MP gye basula ekyo kibali kiri bamanyi constituencies zaabwe ze bavaamu. Why are they marching to parliament? Because they believe that whoever is there has not taken over the responsibility. And you should also not, because I believe he's a very intelligent gentleman, you should also not now hoodwink us thinking that if you are elected as an MP, your role is only to this particular constituency. The moment you swear in that house, you represent the entire
country,
nation. So people that are coming, they are seeking answers from parliament as an entity. All inclusive. If they wanted particular MPs or individuals, bamanyi basula, bamanyi babeera, bamanyi mu constituencies era bakuba yenkungaana abali mu parliament. Basobola omuntu bakulu kungaana. Ne lwaki baga tugenda ku parliament? Mwena gye muli as a whole. Obokoze bulungi, obokoze bubi, obokoze bulungi tujja kujja mu later. But the issue is the institution of parliament, which I believe Honorable Maseruka was a part of the institution of parliament. So they are not isolating anybody in this corruption thing. Wobola antu mbaka takoze. Solution weeri. Mulumbe wa constituency. Genda ewuwe. Naye wano twogera ku session ya parliament twalira mu speaker abaka ba parliament ne staff ya parliament.
But in some way I think Honorable Maseruka might be right. Like mwenga abavubuka in a particular constituency, you have your demands. Put them on paper, go and present them to your area MP. Aje abirete mu parliament now that mukunganyize eddoboozi eryawamu aje abirera gambe nzaabe wange benkiikirira
balina kino nakyo
beetaaga kino nakino nakino.
Anti kati tuli mu myaka emeka parliament ku kyangiro nduba 2021.
Tuli mu myaka kati gusigwakuna tugenda mu gwakuna.
We are around the exhibition of parliament yatandika ddi.
He parliament exhibition ya last month.
Now, apart from his constituency, actually it is actually insane. You need I need, for instance, if I feel touched, if I believe there's something not going on right in my country, I should invite myself. Honorable Maseruka wabanga alabira ddala waliwo ensonga esobola okujja agiteeka ku floor of parliament ng'ensonga tena sajjuka ye ne banne bandikoze eki bagitebolinze. Very simple.
Aboolyawo bwanga tebannaba omutunuuliza.
Nanti kyengezaako okugamba nti tolinda ensonga y'eggwanga tolinda gwe kukuweereza invitation nga bakuyita ku mbaga nti Mr. and Mrs. Gundi mbayise. You find it within yourself that I must do something. And as an MP, regardless where you come from, if there are issues that you believe that are touching the image of parliament, that are touching that the institution that you work with, no values addressing before the third parties now come in. Opportunity bajibawa. MPs era ne addressing the wrong concern. The concern I think that is moving is about the four commissioners. But that's not the entire gist. That's why waliya bagamba that the speaker must go.
Anti zezimu ku demands omusanvu ze bateboling.
Bani?
Speaker must resign.
No, these are
the marching to parliament.
The ones that are marching.
Commissioners, centers ze baba wa nabo
I'm talking about the only efforts that have ever been in parliament to address issues of corruption.
Not the addressing one of the issues that you tabled you them.
Yes. Now, the issue of that means that they were cherry picking in their approach. But now Uganda ni basala nti katujje ffe tukole ki tuzete bowling. kuba myaka 3 n'ekitundu tusuubira nti if you have failed to debate for the entire nation leka bajje abakulonda bakutikole ki
so sinnakutegeera bulungi abaana bamakinga ku parliament baagala kubanga bagenda bo
parliament to do what? To put those demands into action.
That is a joke.
It sounds as what you want to call it, but that is what is on the table. You bring a counter offer.
They want commissioners to resign.
They
want the speaker
you
to
bring
resign.
a counter. You bring a counter offer. You cannot say that it is insane. You bring a counter offer. You bring a sane offer. The offer is very simple. Speaker must resign. The commissioners
and the speaker is saying she's not resigning anytime soon.
But she has it's not kubaita. It is the image. It is the image. You know the expense that the country faces in maintaining those people in the street. For how long will you maintain? Yes, but the maintenance of those people, if it is consistent for the entire year, can the government of Uganda sustain them surrounding parliament, closing the roads every day?
Abamu kwabo abenyigira mweno march to parliament bali funded n'amawanga ag'ebweru okukyankalanya embeera wano mu ggwanga n'okuleetawo ebintu ebibye ebyo bibaali bateebereza okuba nti baali baagala.
I don't know. I don't have evidence about his talk.
It's a statement.
No, I'm saying what he said. I read what he said. For the gun, he sends ministers, he sends envoys. He himself sometimes moves across the world seeking for funding. So is he the only person that has the monopoly of acquiring funds from foreigners? For whatever reason, his military is funded by foreigners. That is good. So the issue is, I have no evidence about foreign funding because I don't believe that people fighting a genuine cause need to be funded. But in any event, if there is foreign funding, it is not peculiar to only his government. Even those that are opposing the government, because he's also getting it. Nobody's getting him. Because
anti-funding for the good cause of Uganda. If
it is for the good cause of this country, you will not have these demonstrations. So that means that the funding is using it actually to overstay in power. Is it for the good cause of this country to cling on to power after 36 years? I don't think so. But he's getting that funding to engross himself in power. So you are closing avenues and creating because it is just throwing blame game. I don't believe that there is any form of foreign funding. These are organic demonstrations that have actually provided issues of concern over time, and the people have ignored them. And this kind of dismissal of people's concerns is the one that has brought us here. Somebody tells you there is corruption and there is evidence to this effect. Please address it. You organize a Thanksgiving and you say, I'm not going anywhere. So the following day they will demonstrate. The following day, then after, when the pressure is becoming too much, they are now foreign funding. But the issue was address their concern.
N'omukulembeze w'eggwanga agezezzaako okubanga alwana okulaba nga amalawo corruption era some of the MPs are in prison facing corruption charges. Tolaba nti there is will.
We are talking about 36 years in power. Okwasa nabbubi okwata enjovu. Of course ejja kukwata buuka. We know the biggest corruption scandals in this country.
But corruption is corruption, whether it is at a small level, a district level, or
yes, so that we believe that this thing is genuine. If not these are things of smile. No, there is evidence, but the issue is they are untouchable. Even the few that have been caught, you'll find that they have just fallen from grace. But they have been doing this thing, well known, and it's not the first time or the first scandal they are involved in. Especially if you look at those ones that are currently being prosecuted. It's not their first corruption scandal, but this one, has caught them because they have fallen out of favor. But if they were still in favor, they would continue with business as usual. So he has no good will to fight corruption. His fight for corruption is actually mockery. I marched against corruption. I read the statement in part. It is a mockery. So the only thing that the president of this country can do is to march. Yes, walabiba digitalk neyanzo omukisago n'okujja okubeerako namwe n'okuteesa nammwe. Yes, it has been a pleasure, and we are grateful as the ANT for this opportunity to come and say something to this country, and also to tell you that we are moving. Our members should be very optimistic that the change is not an overnight event. Is something that is grossly worked for behind the curtains. The moment we rise up, we shall have risen. So be blessed. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Njao kwebaza mwena batandise naffe okubalisa wabiri ate paka wano wetunzikidde show yaffe y'olunaku lwaleero mwe bali kubanga mutulaba abalabi ba YouTube mwe bali kubanga ate namwe mutwekumidde kwasuubire nti ogyemu ekyokuyiga kimu bibiri naye nga ekiri mu kibuga Kampala gwe ali mu planning ogenda mu town, there is some kind of heavy deployment olw'ensonga nti abasuubuzi batuukiriza kye baalanze bagaddewo amaduuka gaabwe nga balaga obutali bumativu eri omukulembeze w'eggwanga okubakipinga nga abapushinga yabasuubiza alimenti okuba meetinga mu gw'omukaaga wazit mu gw'omukaaga ate n'addamu n'abapushinga mu gw'omusanvu. He was meant to meet them today n'abategeeza na ikololo eri under renovation, so I cannot meet you nja kubanga ate mbasinkana mwezi gw'omunaana nga guggwako bano